Hi, this is Francisco Bujan from vitalcoaching.com. The topic for this video is the most important shift in human consciousness. I believe that right now something is going on this planet, and it has to do with a very specific choice that human beings usually make. And it is the fact that when companies, businesses and individuals are confronted with the choice between making more profit or caring for the planet, humankind or other human beings, most of the times they choose for more profit. And this is messing up quite a few things on this planet. I mean, ecological catastrophes, the one that we are facing right now in the Gulf, choices in Africa with developing countries. I mean, all that has massive consequences, and the choice is always the same. The choice is that when companies or human beings are confronted with choosing for more profit or caring for the planet and other human beings, most of the time they choose for more profit. And this pattern needs to change. I mean, in my opinion, that's probably the number one thing that we can shift right now on a planetary level that will radically change the place that we have on this planet, in the cosmos, our role as humankind. And the reason why this pattern is right now the way it is because of greediness. Of course, when you have the choice, the possibility to gather more wealth, more goodies, I mean, you are really going to make that choice. So it's something that can be changed. First, on a business level, really, companies, corporations need to start making that choice, and also individual level. It's very easy to finger point and say that it's some big corporations that are making this mistake, but I believe that every single human being has the power to make that shift. And if you are not sure about your own choice, I would encourage you to take tiny little steps. When you're confronted with the choice between caring and making more profit, well, start choosing for caring on an individual base. And eventually, if more and more individuals are making that choice, eventually it's something that is going to permeate through human consciousness and have the impact that we need to have. Now, why is it that basically the situation is the way it is? And one of the reasons, I think, has to do with the fact that when a stockholder, makes a decision, or companies make a certain decision, the people who actually benefit or make the most of the profit are not directly confronted with the consequences of their choices. It means that, imagine that, for instance, every time you buy a kilo of meat, you were shown a video about the cruelty that was involved in creating that kilo of meat. You would have to see a 5-minute video about how much a cow has been suffering through her entire life to give you that kilo of meat. Maybe, customers would not actually buy that meat because they would see the consequences of their choices. So, for instance, when a stockholder makes a decision about destroying one more acre in the tropical forest somewhere in Brazil, they are not directly confronted with the consequence of their choice. And that allows them to play the denial key. Oh, I didn't know about it, I was not aware of it. And it is true, to a certain extent, you can deny, you can refuse to look at the consequences of those choices. So, I mean, right now I'm sharing this. These are raw thoughts, the raw ideas, the raw, stuff that comes to my mind. I don't have a fixed plan. What I have the feeling that we need as a human race is help, really. We need to invoke powers here which are greater than ourselves and let this new pattern manifest in our minds. And the new pattern will be that from now on, care for the environment, for other human beings, for the planet must come higher than profit. And the thing which is really, really striking is that if we would make a vote, right, on a planetary level, and we would ask, who is for the destruction of the tropical forest in Brazil? Probably 95 to 99% of people would be against it, right? Nobody wants to see that. But because there are a few isolated people who actually benefit from that, they are basically messing up for the totality of humankind and for the totality of the planet. So there is an abuse of power here which is going on. There is something in the system which is a little bit broken and that needs to be fixed. And right now, yeah, there is a huge responsibility that goes to corporate power, abuse of businesses, abuse of corporations, big pharma industries, oil companies, car industry, weapon industry, food companies, fast food. I mean, when you look at our business environment, probably 90% of businesses out there play a big responsibility in things that are that don't go really right on this planet right now. And again, the same pattern is all over the place. It's always the same pattern, is that profit scores higher than care right now. Profit is up there in the top priorities, and care is much lower. So this needs to be shifted. Care must score much higher and profit must be lower down. And I think that we are on the right track, okay? I'm not saying that we are doomed and that things are not going on the right track. It might surprise some people to hear that, but I believe that we are doing great as a human race. We really came a long way, the technological advances, we have a huge amount of power in our hands to transform the way things are done on this planet. And think about it, 50 years ago, the green movement didn't exist. Ecology was practically inexistent. Green choices were not even existing. And within 50 years, we changed radically the way we think as a human race. It is that right now, on an individual level, most people are aware of the environment. They want to care. They want to make choices that are going to have a positive impact. So we are going in the right direction. Now, the same kind of impact, the same kind of choices, radical shift needs to happen on a larger scale, and especially on the corporate level, the way businesses function, the way organizations function. And for that, we need to invoke responsibility and also stop denial. Denial is no longer an option, and the whole revolution, I think, is going to happen soon, really, because right now people are waking up and we start realizing the consequences of our choices on an individual level. And I think that corporations and big businesses need to pick up that trend as well and start revolutionizing their code of ethics and the set of priorities that they function with. But for now, if you think what can be done on my own scale, well, first, awareness is the first step. That's the first thing to understand. And then, we can have an impact by simply spreading the word. That's another thing. And the third thing is be aware of your own individual choices and realize that even on your own scale, there are lots of things that you can do that are going to have a positive impact on your environment and on the planet. So, it's individual responsibility. Each individual basically has the choices to make, and I think that we will get there soon. But for now, this video is like a call for help. Beyond humankind, beyond human beings, I want to say, please, we need help as a human race. Give us a hand over here, and hopefully we will make the change to become better at what we're doing right now. Care must be higher than profit. That's the key equation that needs to be established, the key core value that needs to be integrated in our human brain, in our human mind. I know that this is a sensitive topic, so if you want to share, comments, ideas, things that come to mind, please feel free to post in the comments. And I look forward to engage into a constructive discussion about this topic. Okay, take care for now, and talk to you soon again. Bye bye.